Good morning, everybody. Hello, dear students. I hope you all are fine and taking care of yourself. Children, I am going to start with a poem today, and the name of the poem is How They Sleep. Children, do you know who writes poem for us? It is the poet. Okay? A poet writes a poem for us. So, in this poem, the poet talks about or describes the different animals and their sleeping habits. We will talk about how the different animals sleep. Okay? So, before I begin, I want you to follow some of the instructions that I am going to give you. When we read a new chapter or a new poem, we come across many new words, isn't it? Sometimes we come across some words which are difficult for us to understand, right? So whenever you come across a new word or a difficult words, always underline it. Okay? By underlining it, it becomes easier for you to remember the next time when you are reading it or when you are going through it. So always remember to underline new words or the difficult words. Okay, so let's begin with the poem. Children, please put your finger in your book where I am reading it. If you are not having the book, then concentrate on the screen. Some things go to sleep in such a funny way. Little birds stand on one leg and tuck their heads away. Children, here the poet is telling us that some things. Now, here, things. What does he mean by the word things here? He means animals. Okay, so he is saying that some animals they go to sleep in a funny way. Now, which are the animals that he is talking about? Let's see. The first one is the little birds. You can see on the screen the picture of the little bird. Now, how do the little birds sleep? The poet is saying that the little birds while sleeping, it stands on one leg and tucks its heads away when they sleep. So, have you seen a bird sleeping? Yes. How does it sleep? A bird turns its head around it, then tucks its beak into its back feather, and then pull its leg up to its belly before falling asleep. Like here on this page or on the screen, you can see the bird is sleeping. You can see the picture of a little bird who is sleeping. While sleeping, birds stand and then it turns around and then it tucks its beak into its back feathers and it stands on one leg while sleeping. Now children, why does it do like that? It sleep like that in order to protect itself from cold temperature. Okay, it sleep in such a way that the bird gets protection from the cold temperature in order to feel warm. So children, now I think you come to know why these birds sleep in such a funny way. Now come to the next line. Chickens do the same standing on their perch. So children, what do you mean by chickens? Do you know what's chicken? The meat of a hen is called chicken. So the poet here means hen. When he says chicken, so hens also sleep in the same way like the little birds sleep. They also sleep in the same way like the little birds sleep. Okay, while standing. They also sleep while standing. Now on their perch. Now here is a new word for you, that is perch. Now what do you mean by perch? Perch means places where the hens rest. Okay, so little birds and hens sleep the same way. So children, do you understood? Little mice lie soft and still, as if they were in church. Again repeated. Little mice lie soft and still, as if they were in church. So children, have you seen a mice? Now little means tiny or small. Okay. So tiny mouse is very soft. If you have seen a mice, you must have noticed that they are very soft, isn't it? Now here the poet compares the mice with the church. Okay. So children, whenever we go to the church, we are not allowed to talk. We should sit still and quietly and pray to the Lord. We should not make any kind of noise. So, similarly, the mice also sleep like that. Okay? It sleeps very quietly and still. So, that is why the poet compares the mice with the church. So, children, I think you have understood. Now come to the next line. Kittens curl up close in such a funny ball. Again repeated. Kittens curl up close in such a funny ball. Now children, what are kittens? Do you know? The baby of a cat is called kittens, isn't it? Now how do the kittens sleep? The kittens sleep in a very funny way. Okay? It's look like a ball. When it sleep, why you know? Because it curls itself while sleeping. You can see in the picture how the kitten is sleeping. It's curling itself by sleeping, isn't it? Now, why does a kitten curl itself? It curls itself in order to feel warm, just like the little birds, the hens, and the little mice. Okay, the kitten also curls while sleeping to feel warm. Now come to the next line. Horses hang their sleepy heads and stand still in a stall. Again repeated. Horses hang their sleepy heads and stand still in a stall. So children, now where are the horses kept? Do you know? They are kept in a stall. Okay? They are kept inside a stall. So do you know the horses sleep while standing? They do not lie down while sleeping. They stand, so whenever they are sleepy, what they do? They hang their sleepy heads. You can see in the picture. Okay? And they go to sleep while standing. Understood? Now children, let's come to the next stanza on the next page. Again put your finger where I am reading it. Sometimes dogs stretch out or curl up in a heap. Again repeat it. Sometimes dogs stretch out or curl up in a heap. Now children, like humans, dogs like to be comfortable when they are sleepy. Okay? So a dog curls up while sleeping for getting warm. In order to feel warm, it curls itself. Okay, by curling into a ball and tucking their nose under their tail, they protect body heat. Okay, they conserve body heat. In order to protect their body temperature, they sleep in this way. Now sometimes the dog also stretch out to make themselves as small as possible so that it helps them to regulate body temperature like the kittens. Understood, children? Now, children, come to the next line. Cows lie down upon their sides when they would go to sleep. Now, you can see in the picture the cow is sleeping. Now children, cows do not sleep while standing like a horse. Okay? A horse can lock its knees while standing, but a cow cannot. That is why it sleeps by lying down. And do you know there is another reason why does a cow lie down while sleeping? What is it? A cow lies down on their sides when they go to sleep so that it can properly digest its food. Okay, in order to digest its food, the cow sleeps while lying down. And let me tell you one interesting fact also about a cow. Children, do you know a cow can sleep up to 14 hours a day? Isn't it? Isn't it an interesting fact? It can sleep for 14 hours a day. Now children, let's come to the last stanza. But little babies dear are snugly tucked in beds, warm with the blankets, also soft and pillows for their heads. Now children, what do you mean by snugly here? Again there is a new word for you. Snugly. It means comfortable or warm. Okay. So how do the little babies sleep? Little babies sleep very comfortably. Okay. But why? Because they are sleeping in the bed with warm blankets, very soft blankets and soft pillow under their head. Is that clear, children? So, what we have learned from this poem? From this poem, we have learnt about the different habits, the sleeping habits, the way the different animals go to sleep. And don't you think they sleep in a very funny way? Yes, they sleep in a very funny way. Now, have you understood the poem? Okay, now since you have understood the poem, I want you all to recite a poem with me once. So let's begin. Children, please put your finger where I am reading it. Some things go to sleep in such a funny way. Little birds stand on one leg and tuck their heads away. Chickens do the same, standing on their perch. Little mice lie soft and still as if they were in church. Kittens curl up close in such a funny ball. Horses hang their sleepy heads and stand still in a stall. Sometimes dogs stretch out or curl up in a heap. Cows lie down upon their sides and when they would go to sleep. But little babies, dear, are snugly tucked in beds, warm with the blankets, all so soft and pillows for their head. So, children, did you recite it with me? Okay, wonderful. Thank you and have a nice day.